Hey, so I don't ever do this stuff, but you know how God gives you experiences and gives you a testimony, and He wants you to share it, and you just don't know how you could share it. Um, that's where I am right now. My husband's gonna come a little later in one of the videos, and we're gonna talk about a life changing experience that I had. It's one that not only affected me, but it affected a lot of people connected to me. Um, so it starts with, let me just tell you this. In 2015, my husband and I went back and forth with, hey, we've got two kids. Do you want to have another one? Well, let's look at our careers. I don't know. At this time, I'm kind of still in the classroom, but I actually just was named assistant principal for a school here in my city. So I'm like, right now I don't think it's the time, but at some point in time, maybe we'll go ahead and have another child, but we just got to see how that's going to pan out. Well, you know, God being who He is, the one that's in charge, decided, no, I'm not going to wait for y'all. I'm going to make sure this happens. Well, you know, right after my daughter was born, that was in 2013, I decided to have an IUD put in so that, I could be married and not have to worry about whether or not I'm going to be pregnant again. Well, that wasn't my decision nor my husband's decision as to whether or not we would have another child. It was absolutely God's decision because July 2nd, 2015, I found out that I was pregnant with our third child with an IUD in. And I'm going to tell you the name of the IUD, ladies. It was the Paragard that was supposed to last for 10 years. Well, here it is 2 years later, 2.5 years later, I am pregnant. So, I was like, well, I guess we are going to have another baby. But in all that, it worked out. Uh, he was due January of 2016, but he decided, or God decided, he wasn't going to be born in 2016. He was going to be born in December. So he came December 2015. Um, I'm sorry, this December 2015. So, you know, the doctors, they did everything they could, or my particular doctor, my OBGYN, um, I went to the emergency room, let's say starting around December 26th. Went to the emergency room because I'm having these massive contractions. Never had them a day before in my life. I've had contractions, um, but they were bearable. However, and this was with my first two pregnancies. However, with this one, these contractions were unbearable. As in, I was literally grabbing my husband's hand or grabbing his leg or grabbing his arm and saying, hey, I'm feeling this. This is actually hurting. And so, we went to the doctor. Well, I can remember December 26th, I called the doctor that was on call, and her response was, take a Tylenol. And I'm like, oh, well, it's day after Christmas. She's partying. She doesn't feel like being bothered. So, I was like, okay, whatever. Well, that Sunday or Monday, we went to the emergency room, letting them check me, letting them monitor me. They noticed that the contractions were quite frequent. But hey, trying to discourage us. This we're gonna try and stop this baby from coming because he's a little too early, and one nurse even told us, those boy babies, you don't want them to come early because they don't like to eat. um they're gonna be in ICU for weeks. They're not gonna want to do anything, so you might want to do everything you can to make sure this baby doesn't come. Well, I'm going to let my husband in on this video. This is just a brief synopsis of where we're going and how my life was changed. My life was not just changed because this baby came, but there was a near-death experience that I had that was really a scary one. But God being who He is, I am here in 2018 giving you my testimony 2 years later. And what? I just looked at today is the 27th. This is the day that I came home from the hospital 2 years ago. Y'all, I'm not playing. I didn't even put that together until I just looked at the calendar. God is so amazing. I'm going to get my husband, so we'll see. We'll be right back.